A friend once said, the memory of a single man is a fortress, more complex than the vastest of cities. But we invented a key to the fortress. The sun's first words.
Basically, in the game, everyone carries, the game takes place in the year Paris 2084, and everyone carries a brain imprint at the back of their necks that is called the sensation engine, aka the Sensen. And that imprint is being manufactured by a company called Memorize. And that company handles all the manufacturing, but also all the transfers of memories that happen over the network. And as such, it has great power over your personal information, and they know everything about you, because they know all your memories. So basically, the terrorists are a group of activists that are fighting against Memorize because they're accusing Memorize of wanting to control people through the Sensen. May have been one of them in the past, and when she wakes up at the beginning of the game, so Nilin is our main character, she wakes up at the beginning of the game, she has had her memory erased, and she embarks on a quest to get it back. So she learns she's an elite memory hunter, and she will be guided in her quest by Edge, who is the leader of the terrorists and her last only friend. Inception was released after we started working on the game, so they were inspired by us, in fact. No, I'm just kidding.
And if remixing a single memory can change a man's life.
Basically, first Orwell, this game takes place in 2084, which is a direct reference to Orwell. 2084 means this is the next step after 1984. 1984, the novel depicted an authoritarian society, very vertical, where the government was on top, and the people were at the bottom. And the control was being exerted extremely directly, and that was basically the premise. 2084 is about that relationship shifting to a more horizontal, foggy, diffuse kind of control, surveillance society, whereby this is basically works also inspired by French philosophers of the 20th century who invented that notion that basically people would accept control from themselves. And this is what we're seeing emerging with social networks, for instance. This is what we believe is happening with social networks, where everyone is uploading their personal content onto social networks. And we're doing this because it's cool, and because what we take away from it outweighs the more political threats, right? Because we're giving so much information to people, we have no idea what they will do with it. So that's a reference to 1984. And then Inception, let's just say it. When Inception came out, it began to be much more easier to pitch the project.
Don't you dare walk out!
Fuck you, Frank!
The game's recipe is really action-adventure, so we focused on the linear experience and linear game structure so that we retain maximum control and oversight on the events that occur, the storyline and the emotions that we want the player to go through. So it's a linear experience. There's going to be some elements of progression to the character, which we will talk a lot about in the near future, but there won't be any RPG mechanics. We're staying within the action-adventure realm. We're very long about that, but basically there is only one outcome to that remix, but there are many ways to explore the memory remix and to get away much more from it. And the video we showed was made to be very linear to illustrate the concept, but in the game it's much more, it's much deeper.